Hello, everyone. Welcome in. How are you today? Let me just double check everything is working, and then we will begin. In the meantime, how are you? What have you been up to? Let me see. All right. Okay. All right. I believe we are good to go. Welcome in. How are you all? Welcome in. Madrigal, you're here first. Sorry, the feed up didn't work. My stream deck had crashed. It's been giving you a lot of issues lately. Hope it's not dying on you. I don't know if it could technically die on me. It's pure. The one that I'm talking about is purely software based, but it has been having some issues. I don't know whether it's on Twitch's side or on, like if the app just needs an update or something. Let's see. Yemit, welcome in. How are you? Emmers, hello. Jonzo, hello. Welcome in. Yemit made it over to 365 fuel ups. How many until your 365 stream streak? Shan, welcome in. How's it going? How are you? Emmers hit 355. Wait, aren't you guys? No. You're not on the same day, I don't think. 2 more days until you hit a 365 stream streak. It's wild. Bear, welcome in. How's it going? I still don't know how we're going to celebrate that or what we do for that. I feel like something should be done. You can celebrate by playing Star Fox. Doing all right. How are you, Jet? I am okay, Magical. Doing okay. You watched it, the last episode of The Amazing Digital Circus, Bear? Is that what it was? Doing okay. How are you? I am also okay. I'm also okay. How is the heat, Shan? Yep. What did you think? Don't worry about it. You have B week to think about. No, we got to do something. 365 stream streak. I don't know anyone else who has that. I've heard of people who have like higher than that, but I have not personally witnessed that. So the other day I heard of someone who had like 700 or something like that. But that was also just on the internet. I wasn't like in someone's stream. So, but we got to figure out something. Imagine if I planned something and then like you missed tomorrow. And then it was like, oh wait. That'd be very funny. The heat is definitely heating, but I don't think I'm struggling as bad as others. I tend to run quite cold naturally anyway. That is very lucky then. Because that would be, it sounds like some people are having a rough go of it. But I'm glad it has not been as bad for you. They were so subtle with some of the big plot points that I was confused at times. I might have also missed a couple of things that then I didn't realize until after I like went online and was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I see that. But Um, my opinion will likely change tomorrow and Thursday, where it's meant to hit 40 degrees Celsius. Yeesh. That is hot, Shan. That is a hot day. Supposedly July is the hottest month for Anchorage, where I live. So we'll see how next month goes. Hopefully it's not too bad. It's raining, I think, most of this week. So, the second watch through was much better. I could imagine that. I haven't done a full second watch of the last episode, but I will for sure. There was one part that I still am like, what happened here? This is so weird. I told Tap about it. But there's one part at towards the beginning that I was like, why is it like this? What's going on? This feels so strange. My streak would be much higher, but oh well. I blame Twitch. Classic Twitch of implementing something and then it always breaking. What can we discuss? I think I could say this part because there is no real spoiler here. But I think most people who care about the Amazing Digital Circus have probably watched it already, but there is a moment that I overall like the conversation where Pomni and Ragatha are having a conversation where Pomni is sort of like, I mean, it's kind of a weird conversation. I still liked it. Pomni's basically saying, hey, thanks for being my friend or whatever. It does feel like Pomni is sort of also saying, as a side note, I don't think this is intentional, but it sort of feels like Pomni is saying, hey, by default, I guess you're sort of my closest friend now. But I know that's not what she says, but it feels like it. But anyway, after that conversation, they walk away from each other. And it literally takes them 5 years to walk away from each other. Like, they are slowly, like, they look back and there's no music really going. It's like, or there might be like some light music, but it's very like silent and quiet. And I kept on like thinking it's going to smash cut to one of them being dead or like something big is about to happen. But no, that scene ends in such a weird way. They didn't want to look. I don't know. I don't think that's it. It felt like, I don't know. It felt weird. Also in the context of what was happening below them. And what was happening, it was sort of like, I was expecting one of them to die too. You see? I agree. I blame time zones for my imperfect streak. That also affects things. I think that's why they've started to... Have you seen the Bloom badge yet, Shan? I feel like that's why they've added that. It's another way to show, like, I'm around, but maybe not as around as other people, maybe. But yeah, I thought something, it definitely felt like the setup to something is about to happen that's not good, or like, you know, something, but I've only seen on specific streams, not all. Yeah, so they rolled it out and only a few users got it because it's dependent on the viewer, not the streamer. Like if a viewer has it unlocked, they have it unlocked for everybody. And all they have to do is watch someone 3 times a week and they get their badge upgraded a few times. But they just expanded it to a few, and I just got it. And of course, this is the week that YV isn't streaming 3 times a week. So, Oh, weird. I can see it sometimes, but not always. Really? That's odd. It's supposed to be, like, I don't have it here, but I have it in a friend's. Really? That's weird. I have not seen that. Everyone that I know who's had it has it in every stream. But maybe they've changed something. I haven't looked at any theories, but I bet the fandom is going crazy over some stuff. Yes, I will say, when we won't go into specifics of this because it seems to be more of a spoiler, but there was something big that I missed, I guess, that I totally didn't realize until after I went and read online. And I was like, wait, what? What happened? But let's just take it. Imagine if they took it away from you, Shan. Was it the very beginning conversation? I don't think so. No, it's something that happens more in the middle of the episode. Sassy, welcome in. How's it going? Madrigal, how was day 2 of summer school? Was it as crazy? Was it as wild? We're going to be playing more Moldwasher today, which I'm excited about. Today's the official launch day for Moldwasher. Yesterday proved to be a very cozy, chill, a day of just cleaning some mold. And burning mold also. That was very fun. So I'm excited to play some more. I think the plan is we'll play Moldwasher today. Tomorrow, I got into like an early play test of a puzzle game that looks pretty cool. And we'll do that. And then Thursday, Star Fox. Very exciting. I have overtime at work this week and next week, so I only have Sunday off for the next 2 weeks? What? That is wild. That's wild, Shan. Are you like a, what's the word? How do you handle that? Like, are you a, I've put my mind to it, I'm going to get this done, like type A sort of like, I'm going to crush this? Or are you like, are you going to be like, I need a break? I hate these next 2 weeks. I cannot wait for like my weekend back or you know, a few days off. I am like very much not a type A personality. I'm type, I don't know. I've committed, so I'll do it. This feels, I could kind of see that. Mostly because of Elden Ring. I feel like that checks out. I think having, I wonder what the like concentric circles, concentric? Is that what they are? Of type A personalities and people who play Elden Ring. I wonder how much overlap there is. I need a study done. And Fox Days, welcome in. How are you? Much smoother than yesterday. We did Thunder by Imagine Dragons with boomwhackers, drums, and claves. I gave all the kids a turn to play all the different instruments. That's so fun, Magical. That sounds like a great day. Also now, I know I just kind of said that, but now I'm like, maybe I wonder if there is any like correlation between type A personalities and like what games they play. It helps that on the days I'm doing overtime and don't usually work, I can work from home. Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. I think we're a fan of that. Also, Magical Bear, did either of you email Twitch support? I'm going to ask you every day. I'm going to ask you every day. until you guys, until morale improves. Would you consider yourself type A, Shan? A type A personality? Actually, I don't know if that's 100% true about you. I could see it, but I also could be wrong. I'm like a type Z. I watched a video the other day and someone was complaining about people's reviews of international travel and how much they needed to know how good the bathrooms were in various places, and my immediate thought was, this guy needs that app Jet was talking about. Yeah. You see, I missed my chance, maybe. But maybe not. Maybe not. But that is it's such an important thing. Knowing where a good, clean bathroom is. I'm doing well. I'm at work, but I'm so tired. I'm about to step out to buy a fat sandwich. Nom nom. Ooh, what kind of sandwich? A Sando? I'm waiting to see if Bear actually gets anywhere before trying anything. I'm not going to go in circles again with it. Okay, that's fair. Bear, keep us updated, because if not, the Madrigal's just not gonna get that emote. Those emotes. I think it depends on the thing. If it's something I don't mind doing because I enjoy it or I'm getting something from it, then I'm type A. Anything else, type B. Okay, that's fair. That's definitely fair. I have very little type A in me, probably at all. Very, very little. Like, just the minusculest amount. It's not a compromise, Magical, if you paid for something and you didn't get it. That's not a compromise. They need to fix it. That's not... It does not count. It does not count at all. That's like me saying, they're not fixing my internet, but I'm going to compromise by upgrading my internet, so when I have it, it's faster. You know? That doesn't make sense. I guess they could no compromises. If you guys got your... For those who don't know, both Magical and Bear have unlocked bit emotes. Like, I have 3 bit emotes. But there are... Some of them work for them while others do not. So, like, for example, Magical can't use the first bit... 1K bit emote, which is my heart emote, but can use the second one, which is weird. That's odd. So, anyway, you need to get that fixed. That needs to be fixed. It's not a compromise. Truffle cheesy mushroom sandwich? That sounds delicious. I like mushrooms. And I like cheese. I don't know if I understand what truffles are. Sometimes I have things that are like truffle oil or truffle flavored or truffle etc. And I'm like, I don't know what this is really. I don't know if I taste anything. But it's mushrooms, yeah, but I don't know what the flavor is. I don't know what the flavor is the problem. But I'm not saying I don't like truffles, but every time I see it, I'm like, I don't know what you are. I know people really like you, but I'd say the ADHD in me definitely helps me to hyperfocus when it's needed. Okay, that's true. That's true. I have I am the rare type of human where I don't have ADHD, but I'm also lazy. So I just never hyperfocus on anything. I just don't. I'm just uninterested. I'm apathetic, I think is really what I've learned. Unless I'm like super like excited about something, which is rare. Which is kind of rare. You meant not a fan of mushrooms? I like mushrooms. I can't use Krungo either. You see, you guys need to contact Twitch support. Feel like I paid for this. I want it to work. It's funny that Bear only has 1 broken one, but I have 2. Y'all are the only 2 people that I've heard can't use your emotes. So good flavor, yeah, but I don't know. I can't like, I don't know. But I like mushrooms. I know some people don't like the texture, but I like it. I have attention deficit, but also hyperfocus. It's a weird combination to explain in words. No, I get it. I feel like I definitely know some people who also display that. Ooh, to mushrooms. I like a good mushy. I blame Jet. Twitch doesn't like me, so it would make sense. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. Let me look at. We looked at this just the other day, actually. Type A personality. What did they say? What did they say about Type A? Who here is Type A? Does anyone consider themselves to be a Type A personality? Type A is supposed to be self-driven and highly competitive, ambitious and goal-oriented, and impatient and well, okay, there are some positives and negatives here. Okay, don't. They can be impatient and a bit intolerant. Probably they mean more of like other people's mistakes and stuff, not like, you know, of people. Aggressive. Apparently a high risk of heart disease is what this says. I don't know if I like this graphic. Entrepreneurial, that's a good word and positive. Can be a bit of a workaholic, sense of urgency, fast-paced, motivated by challenges. It's because people with ADHD can easily hyper-focus on things they enjoy. I went on a date with a guy once, and I bought a sandwich that had 3 different kinds of mushrooms on it. He hated it, so I should have known we wouldn't have last. That's very funny. I guess, I don't know. I would never care what somebody eats, really. Like, I don't know. But mushrooms are good. I like mushrooms. Stuffed mushrooms? Nom nom. Definitely. You don't consider yourself Type A? What about that was not... It made you say never mind? 100%, but I also have periods of time where I can't focus even on the things I like. That's also fair. I think I'm Type A. That's me. Type B is less competitive, easygoing, relaxed, energetic, outgoing, imaginative, okay, hold on. I feel like I need to get another list. This one seemed, I feel like this was written by someone who is Type B. I'm going to say that was written by someone who was Type B. Because there was like nothing at all negative about Type B on there, but they're talking about Type A's have heart disease. Feels a little one-sided. Type B, procrastination. Let's see. This is a different graphic. And we have some different we have the also there's also like a Type C and Type D that people don't really talk about. It's supposed to be, so Type A, driven and competitive, intense and reactive, assertive, fast and multitasking. They like challenges. Type B is relaxed and easygoing. Low stress. Type A also like expresses their stress, like verbally and whatever outwardly, while Type B apparently like manages it, or just not stressed. They have a low. They are not stressed by much. They are laid back, but they like often procrastinate. Type C is cooperative, but conflict avoidant. They internalize or suppress stress. They keep their emotions bottled up. Type C is also people-pleasing, detail-oriented, self-critical, and that's where that goes. And then type D is, actually, I don't know. I don't know if this is, hold on, let's see. What is this? This is another one, question mark? But I don't know if this is right. I don't know if this is right. I've never heard of this. It's a texture thing with mushrooms. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have said that before about mushrooms. But yeah, I don't mind. Wait. I sound like type C now. I feel like and it could be a mix of things, or maybe even situational. Like sometimes people are a little bit different at work versus at home. I feel like I could eat certain mushrooms raw though, but then when they're cooked, it's a no-go. Maybe I'm just a weird anomaly who's all. No, I feel like there's probably bits and pieces. No personality test is ever like fully encompassing. It usually helps to like highlight certain things and maybe see like where you lean, but maybe you're like more like balanced, which I feel like that is typically like a healthier thing you want. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. So one, I think type A, type B seems to be the main two. Like that seems to be the ones that most people like categorize. Sometimes it looks like they'll include like a type C or D, but that always changes depending on like who I'm looking at, like what company it is or whatever the thing is. Like one of them, type D, had nothing positive. There was literally nothing positive on the list. That's why I didn't read it, because I didn't want anyone to be like, that's me. Even though it was me. I can't cook with mushrooms because I eat them all before I get to cook them. I like cooked mushrooms. I definitely liked cooked mushrooms. I don't know if I've ever really eaten just like raw mushroom. Not really. I don't know. But I do like a cooked mushroom. If it's stuffed with stuff, delicious. If it's in things, delicious. On pizza, num num. But I am definitely not type A. Do I have a favorite food? Yes, I do. It's pizza. I love pizza. Pizza is delicious. It is my life. It is all I ever hope and dream for. I love pizza. I am not a driven person. I would say I am not yeah, I'm not driven. I'm usually, you know, I am, the only time I'm driven is when I'm in an Uber. You know? That's about it. Cuz I'm being driven somewhere. I had pizza yesterday. Also, just realized it had mushrooms on it. Was that the only thing on it? What kind of pizza? But yeah, I'm not a driven person. I know a lot of people like that as a quality. I think that's usually a quality people like find as admirable. But I am not that. I am like, why do we need to do anything? I need to do a personality testing. It's been a while. Shan, I love personality tests. Have you ever taken the Enneagram? I will send you one right now. I made like everyone take the Enneagram. I don't think so. Hold on. Let me see here. I'm gonna send you. Let's see if I can message you on Discord. I don't know. I don't know if I can. Can I? I can. I just sent you. Hold on. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. I sent you 2 links. Take the first one first, then do the second one. I'll be very curious to see what your results are. But I've made like everyone. I've made a lot of people take it. We've done like streams where I've like made people take personality tests, and we just like I take it at the same time and stuff. It's very fun. I like it. And again, anytime we talk about personality tests, as a reminder, because I know sometimes people are like, I don't like personality tests. Like personality tests, they're not like, they don't fully encapsulate you as like it's more of like something to think about. It's a tool that shines a light maybe on like a certain aspect of you. And I think it's always good to like, after you take it, maybe take your results to somebody who like that, or that knows you very well, and be like, do you see this about me? Do you think this is true? What do you think? Also, I forgot to pin a message. Like a dummy. We'll do that one today. So, anybody taking a personality test, just remember it's like, it's supposed to be an insightful tool, but you might read something and be like, that doesn't really sound like me. But then there might be things that you think, that actually does really sound like me. Like when I think about it, or I took a test once where I thought it didn't sound like me until I showed my results to some of my friends, and they were like, no, you do that. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, you do that like all the time. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. So sometimes it can be helpful. I think you're sharing your internet issues. My modem crashed just before stream and I can't get it to come back up. No! That's a bummer, Magical. You've like rebooted it and stuff. That's the only thing I know to do. Unless you're having like internet. I wonder if there's like an internet outage. I took the test. It told me I'm a loser. No, that's my result, Bear. It's my result. You can't take my results. We've added a number. Because, wait, it's 9, right? I think it's out of 9. We've added a number. It's 10. It's the loser personality. Just for you. But I know sometimes people get a little hung up on personality tests, but I like them. I think, again, I just think it's a nice way to, like, it makes you think. Makes you think. And I think that's I think that's the good thing. But I like introspection. I think that's a good thing. So, you know, I already think too much. I feel like, I don't know. I actually don't know what mine would say. Do you want to take the test? I can link it to you. I think you're in our Discord. Yes. Where are you? Where are you? I'm on streamer mode, so I can't actually see. I'm just looking at. I can see the first letter of everyone's username, and then their photo. Did I make that up? I thought you were here. Maybe, are you in YVs? Hold on. Are you in either YV or my Discord? For some reason I thought you were. Didn't you recently join? Not to put you on the spot. I'm in yours. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, hold on. Where are you? Maybe, hold on. Let me disable streamer mode so I can actually read people's names. There you are. Oh, let's see. Oh, I can't message you. Oh, or can I? Oh, I can. Hello. No, I can't message you. Never mind. You can message me, and I think I can then send you the links if you would like. Because I just sent Shan the link, so I can send them to you. I've had it unplugged, checked the down detector, and reported it. I've tried plugging it back in without the router, but no go. Good thing my next classes haven't started yet. True. If does down detector actually, like, notify the the, like, company? Let's see. Let me send it to you. Boop, 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 boop. Take this first. It's a 2-part test. Take that one, then that. Worth a shot. I often see, like, I often check down detector. But if there's an outage, I'll, like, usually there's I feel like most ISPs or whatever have, like, to report an outage, push this button, and then whatever. A side note, both Shane and Fox, after you take your tests, would love to know what your results are. If anybody else needs the link, let me know. I guess I could just shove it in my Discord. But What was I gonna say? Oh, there's a game that just came out today, question mark, called, I'm on at the moment, I'll let you know when I'm done. Sounds good. We can read about it. We can read about your personality. Called Dark Scrolls. Yeah. It's called Dark Scrolls. It actually looks very fun. But they have a hotline you can call that I always think that's such a fun thing. I love when games do that, when movies do that, when there's like they set up like a hotline or whatever for like a limited time that you can just call, and they have like a voice machine sort of like button press thing. Anyway, I called it just because I was curious what it says. It gives you tips on how to unlock certain characters, but you're talking to like a wizard. So he's like, the instructions were a bit unclear because he's talking very like wizardly. But it was great because like, so you go through the menu and he's like, if you would like to learn more information on how to unlock the blank, press 1. If not, press 2 or 3 or, you know, whatever the character was. And so I clicked on one of them, or I pushed the button for one, and then they were like, so he goes through the details of like how to unlock the character, but then he was like, if you'd like to learn more about another character, press 0. If not, farewell. And I was like, that is amazing. I hung up after that, but I was like, I love that. I like that they did that. That makes me happy. I ordered some ramen. They didn't have the soy ramen, so they substituted tonkatsu, but I got my delicious inari sushi. That sounds wonderful. I usually get tonkatsu ramen, but I don't think any of the places here really like deliver. So I have not had ramen, like fresh ramen at a place since probably Australia, I think. I tried all their ramen bases, and so far, by far, soy is fantastic. I like miso. Big miso fan. Treat yourself. More difficult than it's worth. Spicy miso is second for me. The one of the places that I go to doesn't have like a spicy broth. They have like the little red chili oil and flakes that you can like scoop into it, but they don't like actually make a spicy broth, which makes me sad. Tonkatsu is good, it's just heavy. It's very hearty soup. I'm always afraid that I'm going to choke on it. I feel like it always has like the like fatty stringy bits, you know, that I'm always afraid I'm going to choke on. I'm sure. Yeah, well, also true. Yes, I am a bit concerned that I will choke on the food most of the time. But yes, that's because I always end up choking. The first time I hung out with YV, I was very careful. I was like, this is the most dangerous meal I'm ever going to have. So I was like, if I can get past this, I think we're good, and we were fine after that. But I get very concerned. But yeah, ramen's good. Ramen's nom nom. There's apparently one place that's opened up. Well, there used to only be one ramen place in town. Then they opened up it's not a chain. A second place opened up, but I heard their ramen wasn't very good, so I never went. Then they opened up a place called like whiskey and ramen or something. I've never been, but it's like fancier ramen that's more expensive. And I was like, that's okay. So I've never been there. And then there's another place that's opened up. And I haven't been to that one. But apparently it's very small. It's like a very small building. And apparently parking is atrocious. And there's not a lot of space inside. And so I haven't been to that one either. Because I was like, that then just sounds bad too. If I know I'm going to a place and there's bad parking, that is like a great way for me to be like, what if I just never go to that place? That if I just never go, that's an option for me actually. If I don't go. If I'm going to go super fancy, I'm going to go to Japan. Fair. I don't even know really what's fancy about it. I think it's just like it seems more expensive. And the decor from what I've seen pictures of is it's very like trendy and whatever. So I think it very much is the place that I go to, which is called Naruto. They are like in like a little strip mall. There was a place a few doors down from them that was closed for illegal gambling. Like, that's how you know the ramen's good. How close is it to illegal activity? Inari. Isn't Inari fox? What is Inari sushi? You're not eating fox, are you? Taking off to watch more World Cup and played the first Xenoblade Chronicles. Enjoy. Inari sushi. No, I have not. But right, is it Inari? Because in Persona 5, Inari is the code name for, yeah. Inari, yeah, it is. Okay, so it does mean fox. No, wait, does not mean fox. What does it mean? Inari is the fox god. Or, yeah, or they have foxes as their messenger or whatever. That's why he gets called fox. Because Kitsune is fox. Right. It's all coming back to me. Interesting. It's like rice in a pouch made of thin tofu. Yeah, I've definitely never had that. I don't get sushi too often because it's usually very expensive. So I usually don't. Sometimes if I'm like, I just want something really light. I will order a single roll and get it delivered to me. There's a place that has like a pretty decent roll that is very good. But it's just so expensive. It's very, I think this is why I'm like, I love pizza, is because like you order some pizza, you get a whole bunch of it. I hope you enjoy it. I've played a bit of the one that was on the Wii U. Wii U. I also like that pizza in theory you could share with people. But I do not have people in which to share that with. So it's just for me, which is also great because then I just have it for leftovers for like 3 days. And I love that. But I just love pizza. Oh, by the way, the Steam summer sale starts in 2 days. Get ready. Rip wallets. It runs June 25th to July 9th. Oh yeah, my mom's side of the family is currently on their way to Alaska. Oh, that's fun. That's very fun. Hope they have a good time. I believe it's supposed to be raining for the next week or two, so I hope they like the rain. I mean, I'm sure depending on where they are, it'll be different, but at least here. Rain today, rain tomorrow, rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I love that. I like the rain. But I know a lot of people do not like the rain. I'll get paid before the sale is over. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if something is like really, really, really cheap. I might buy a game that's on my wish list. However, knowing that September approaches, I'll probably be just saving. September approaches. It's been raining here every day too. It's great because I don't have to remember to water my plants. I'm sure it's also nice because I bet it's probably fairly warm. Let me see here. All with discount. Let me look at my wish list. Sort by price. Oh, I can remove Moldwasher off of my wish list. Yeah, I'll be if there's like a good game that has a good discount, maybe I'll get it, but otherwise we'll just kind of we'll see. I don't know if it's probably better that I save up for, you know, Wolverine, Control. Yes, but high humidity means my hair is a hot mess every day. No! That's no fun. That does also happen to me. But I feel like even if it's not high humidity, my hair just doesn't it's my Latino hair. It just doesn't know what to do with any little bit of humidity. It's just like, what if I was everywhere now? What if I was everywhere? Humidity or no humidity, my hair is curly. Yeah, my hair's a bit of a mess most days. Your hair looks great. It's because I have not been outside. And again, as I say every time, it's because you guys cannot see the flyaways. I usually shower right before stream. And so it's at its best. But if I were to step outside and then come back in, it would not be a good plan. Or if enough time had passed. Flowers not yourself had nice hair? Agree to disagree, but I appreciate it. Let's see. what is any other gaming news? Any other gaming news? Scrolling. Xbox and PlayStation have gotten rid of another shovelware studio or publisher off of their platforms. So they've removed a bunch of games, which is good. I was going to say it, but you deny it anyway. True. Well, it's because you guys don't actually see really my hair for what it is. Like, you can see it with a green screen and studio lights. It's not really a good representation of what my hair looks like. And you only see it from this angle. When you got your nose pierced, we got to see it at a natural light. Yeah, it didn't look great. It didn't look great. It wasn't great. No, look good. I highly doubt you actually remember that, first of all. So I don't believe you, Bear. I think you're just saying that. But because no clip of it was made, and it's not a recent VOD, so the last time you saw it was probably the time I showed it. We saw you here in the Ozpix. Again, I think teach their own, and it's okay that your own is wrong, but it you know, I appreciate the niceties. Skipped your, yeah, I did. Because I don't think, again, the pictures that I've chosen are at their best. That is, the ones that you saw are it's curated. I never post anything that I am like, that is not curated a little bit. So, you know, I also do Photoshop things. I have Photoshopped my hair and my face at various points in my pictures. So why? Because I can. Because I can. As a photographer, photo editor. You don't think I don't Photoshop my face when I post it on Instagram and stuff? Of course I do. Why? Because I can, and I know how. But let's see. Any other news? I'm still very curious to know what their test results are. I guess we could still talk about that while we play Moldwasher, because Moldwasher is very chill. Yes! Got my results for the first one. The timing of both Fox and Shan saying that. Type 9. Oh, very interesting. Okay. Type 9 is the Peacemaker. What is... I got Type 9 too? Amazing. You guys... Okay, I'm curious. I wonder... Okay, so... The... Now take the second test, which is shorter, but it'll tell you which wing you are, which is basically, are you going to then end up being a 9-8 or a 9-1? which shows you like there's like 2 different ways you can kind of then lean on that chart. And I'll be curious to know which ones you guys are. You could differentiate in that way. I will tell you YV is also a 9. Maybe that's why you guys all get along. Oh, Ratbag, welcome in. How are you? You're a type 5 wing 6. I was a 2 wing 1. We can look at it a bit more once they take their wing test. While they take their wing test, hello there, how's it going? Let's go ahead and run ads. We can start Moldwasher again, and then once they get their stuff, we can pause and take a look at it and stuff. So, stand up, stretch, grab a snack, everybody, grab a drink, or finish your personality test. We'll be RB.
This is your time, Jetpack Gang. Stand up, move around, grab a snack, hydrate. The stream will resume in just a few minutes.
And welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good time during the ads. We're back with Moldwasher. Continuing. Wing 1, says Shan. So Type 9 Wing 1. I believe... also, is there... Where's the audio? There is no audio. And did you guys share answers? Hold on. I feel like... Hold on. Let me close this out. Why can't I hew it? Yeah, you guys are exactly the same. I believe also... Now... YV took the tests and then did not read anything about them. He did not read his results, apparently. He just kind of took it just to know what the result would be, but he did not like read through any of it. So, but he got a Type 9. And he did not take the wing test. However, I believe he is a wing 1. I think he's a 9 wing 1. I read through the 9 wing 1 and I was like, I see this. Oh, the music volume was turned to 0. That's why. Can we hear this now? Hold on. No? Hello? Do you guys hear this at all? I'm not seeing it. Let me unplug this thing and replug it in. How is everyone? I'm doing pretty okay. How are you? Let's see. So, okay, reading through 9 Wing 1. Enneagram. Hold on. Yeah, the Dreamer is a subtype, results from the encounter of types 9 and 1. Oh, do I hear it now? Oh, I think we're good now. Yes. Let me lower it. Put it out of 4. Which means that the natural, easygoing, and serene styles of 9s meet a little of the principled and idealist concerns of the 1s. The final product is an Enneagram type that loves to participate in community issues, trying to solve and transform things in order to keep peace and harmony. Enneagram 9 Wing 1 types are very critical, sarcastic, and have a sharpened sense of justice. As they are reasonable people, they tend to analyze things, tell right from wrong, and set a whole new path that's better than the already existing one. Dreamers can see the whole picture. They can easily make conclusions and decisions. They can't stand viewing things as a mandate. If something is not good, they will let people know. They can also keep their temper and good humor, so most people enjoy their company. They're easygoing, smiley, and sweet. They usually know exactly what to say to calm people down and how to embrace others. 9 Wing 1 types are balance seekers. They need to be balanced and in a joyful state of mind, otherwise they get really anxious and moody. Conflicts are not their forte, but when moved by morals and their ideals, they stay and face their issues. How does that sound, Fox Shan? Does that sound like you at all? Are you like, I could see that? Or are you like, that doesn't sound like me at all? Don't look down. Climb the spinning blades and wipe away the thick dust Let's get the ceiling giant looking fresh and clean. I think so. When you said sarcastic, I was like, yep. Okay. I always like looking at basic fear and basic desire as like to see how people think, you know, if there's any crossover. Sounds right to me. You're nice, but if people are rude, you get judgy and will let them know if you need to. Yeah. Honestly, though, I hate conflict, but I will do it if it's necessary. That, I think, is one of the things about 9. It seems like 9s don't really like conflict very much. So, basic fear, it says, Enneagram 9-wing 1's most basic fear is to be alone and drift away from the world and their life. Most of the time, this means they are scared to death of being absorbed by problems and lose course. Problems and setbacks mean they can't keep on living their life the way they want, relaxed and optimistic. Incorporating and naturalizing problems as part of life or even as growth opportunities will set them free and allow them to evolve and accomplish their main desire, to be in peace. Also, this new approach will increase their ability to get involved and participate in life's shaping. Their basic desire is being balanced and enjoying their peace of mind. It sounds like something that anyone would die for, but they truly fight to maintain and ensure a good and peaceful environment around them. A lot of people are used to life swings, but 9-wing 1s are more into hula dancing and sunny days. They love to imagine the best and healthier version of things and strive to align reality with these parameters. Also, they are truly idealistic and feel called to get involved with reality issues and offer their help. I get annoyed by conflict because it's usually rooted in, why do you not know this is weird and mean, and why do I have to teach you about it? Oh, that's awful. I feel like that's just like, this feels much louder now. Or maybe I've just, no, it's fine. It's just me. It's just my volume. That is a pet peeve of mine when it comes to conflict. That I think is a, like, I tell people this anytime I like have conflict with them, like if it's like something we're talking about or whatever, is like, I am never going to be like, wow, this is bad or you're bad and you need to fix this. And I've done my duty just to tell you that. I'm always like, if I am going through the trouble of like having conflict with somebody, I'm going to be like, let me walk through this with you. Or what can we do? How do we move forward? And not like, you needed, because I feel like that's so unhelpful when people do that. But that's how a lot of people have conflict, is they're just like, well, I've done my job. I've told you that you need to change. And I've told you what I don't like, but that's now your problem. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's like a good way to have conflict. So I can understand when people are like, oh, I hate conflict. Because it's like, yeah, because people are the worst. And why hasn't this dinged? I feel like there's more. Maybe it's fine. Oh, there we go. I relate to that. Whenever people ask me, what is your goal in life? My answer is always to be content and at peace. See, that's very interesting. I think that is very wivey also. And I'm only bringing it up because you guys both know him and know me through him. But when I read this, I read both wings, and I read through both of them, and I was like, Wing 1 sounds so much like things that he's said before, which a lot of them are like, he just wants to be like at peace, mostly. Let's read strengths. So maybe that's also why you guys get along with him, is because you guys are all very like at peace, and want that. Let's see. Enneagram 9-wing 1 strengths come from their ability to be open-hearted and open-minded. They give themselves to the world and make it a better place. While the attitude they embody can be reassuring, empathetic, and optimistic, they don't feel the need to always be right, but want to do the right thing and be fair. They are also highly motivated by ethics and are inspired to leave a mark. Not Zuckerberg, the noun mark, obviously. Why did I even read that? I should have just... And leave a mark. Yes, we know what that means, website. You don't need to tell us that if you're not talking about Mark Zuckerberg. Okay. Anyway, 9-wing ones are incredibly purposeful people that radiate self-control and wellness as it's their main desire for everyone's lives. Without a doubt, they are created for leaving a lasting impression within their passage on Earth. Weaknesses. 9-wing 1 weaknesses are related to their difficulty in dealing with conflicts and expressing their feelings. This Enneagram type needs to understand how to set boundaries with other people and different situations and to not ignore the red flags. They can't just remain silent to avoid conflict. This will only make it worse. Also, listening to their feelings and expressing them will help them better manage situations with all the information in hand. Self-support must take self-repression's place. 9-wing 1 types tend to be more critical of themselves than others. This attitude undermines their self-esteem and lowers their potential. Does any of that resonate? Strengths or weaknesses? Anything about that did you think, I'm like that? By the way, I like this, one, we already cleaned that table down there. And I like that we're now, like, up here on the ceiling fan. It's a cool little effect. They have it like that. This thing is growing fast. Kill them all. Also, yes, I'm a piece of sushi. There you go. Me at work, most of the time, if everyone could just act like normal people and do the bare minimum at least, that would be amazing. That sounds very funny. This all sounds bang on for me. That's good. I like that. I'm glad that you're not like, actually, this was horrible, Jet. Actually, this is bad. Okay, so with that, I'm an open book about my feelings if it doesn't involve other people. I'll keep my mouth shut a lot of the time if it does. Interesting. Is that like... So you don't mind expressing just like your general feelings, but if it's about somebody or something, you're more likely just to not mention it? Is that my understanding of it? I'm glad you feel like the results are spot on then, Fox, also. Is there something that you think is the closest to, like, this is 100% me? I can read mine again, because I kind of forget a little bit. But I also thought mine was very close. Anything hiding? We have 2,000 doll hairs. Oh, we can buy this thing. Whatever this is. I legitimately... What is that? No places mention it. The leaves can't breathe. Clean the glass and revitalize the soil. The morals thing is a massive for me. I'm very patient, so if someone is having a bad day, I can usually tell and won't hold it against them. But the second I get a feeling someone is choosing to be unkind, it makes me rage. I feel that. I feel that very, very much the same. That's definitely... that's definitely a me thing. I usually will not suffer, especially if someone's, well, I'm usually okay with suffering it if it's for me. If it's about me, I'm usually like, I don't like this, and I do not like that person, but I'm not really going to make a huge fuss out of it. But if it's like somebody else, so I feel like then I'll make a big deal out of it. I usually don't stand for other people being like made fun of or anything else. I'm usually like, I can ignore you. I'm fine with that, but I won't let other people be made fun of. Me as well, and I can easily cut people off even if I have love for them, because I know I would have given them more than enough chances if it gets to that point. Also true. I guess that's good that you know that, like, where your limits are. Oops. Oh, that mold is growing fast. It's growing so fast. That's really good I think, like, again, one of the things that I really like about personality tests is also the idea of, like, you know, if you notice things about yourself that are like, oh, this is me, even the negative things as well, it can then be a good, like, this is a good thing to know about myself, whether it's something that needs to be, like, addressed, or it's just something that needs, like, or maybe not addressed, but, you know, maybe if it's just, it's all good information to have, if, you know. I think also, like, going to then, like, a close friend or partner or family member that knows you very well and saying, like, oh, do you see this about me? Do you think this is, you know, like, read this synopsis. Is there something that you say is, like, very close to being me? Is there something that you would say is not me? Or that you don't see very much at all, or whatever. That can usually be very helpful. But I just think it's good, like, to know about people and how people think and do stuff, because I know the way I think and do stuff is going to be very different from other people. So I think the strengths are pretty spot on for me too. People have expressed how I'm really easy to open up to because of how empathetic and reassuring I am. Oh, that's good. We love empathy. We love some good empathy. I can definitely see that for sure. I have massive people pleaser tendencies, but I've also developed a lot of pride at this stage in my life, so it usually balances. That's good. Because, yeah, I know people pleasing can be like, what's the word? Like, can I go lower? People can take advantage of that, so it's good that you know, like, how not to let that happen. My patience is through the roof. Genuinely have the highest patience of anyone I know. That, I feel like, that seems, I would also say, like, YV is also generally a very patient person. He's dealt with me this whole time. So that does seem to be maybe like and Fox seems patient from what I know. So I feel like that is probably a very that's probably like a shared quality that you all have. I used to be a pretty big people pleaser, but not so much anymore. That's good. I think it's typically good to grow out of that. I also was a people pleaser, for sure. I think, and at times I am, but I think I've mostly grown out of it. Let's see. Hold on. Boop, boop, boop. 9-wing-1. Let's see. Learning how each personality works gives us powerful insights. It helps us overcome different situations and improve our relationship potential. I think that's how I kind of see a lot of these tests. Is like you learn about how people work so that then when you interact with them, you know how to like interact better. Also, where's my dino keyboard? There we go. That's why I think that's why I like also making my friends take the test, is so then I can learn, this is how I should better communicate with them. This is what I should be mindful of or whatever. Communicating with an Enneagram 9-wing-1. Keep the communication warm and honest. This will help them share their feelings and ideas and getting involved in team growth. Meeting with one. Refresh the goals and purposes and highlight the importance of their input in that process. Meetings need to be reassuring and relaxed. Keep your messages clear and accurate. Be concise about their task and seize the opportunity to talk about their concerns or analysis. When giving feedback, be calm and respectful. Address the ideals and good reasons that support your arguments and encourage them to get involved and light up the path. And resolving conflicts. Be relaxed and make room for calm discussion. Always remember how important it is to create a great environment and share both sides. Me too. I feel the tendency is still there, but I don't let it control so much anymore. That's good. This definitely, I used to have issues with saying no, even if it was to my detriment. I've learned to put myself first in those situations. I've definitely learned one thing that helped me that, someone said this a long time ago, and I was like, this is very true. And now it's how I view everything. This helped me say no to more things, which is that every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So if you're agreeing to be at a certain time, be there at, be at a place at a certain time, or agree to do something, you're saying no to, anything else that may come up in that, in that space or whatever. Or saying no to alone time, or saying no to, whatever. So I think once I started seeing it like that, then it made me think, like it's easier to say no when I realize that I'm basically doing that already. And I just need to figure out what I want to say yes to, Now, if someone expects something from me, it makes it go, you don't actually deserve this from me, so no, that's good. I think that's good. That's good to know what the boundaries are and what you will allow and not allow. Donut Cop says, it smells like 1,000 burnt pizzas in here. I figured it'd be the oven. Oh man, this is caked on. Oven grease. That's good. It's a little scary how just a few questions can expose your entire personality. Well, and I think when you read just the just the big letter, which is still worth reading, in my opinion, it definitely is more general, but I like when you go the step further and do that second test, because then it's like, okay, this is maybe a little bit more zeroed in. I am a 2-wing-1. So the way it works is whatever number you have, you can either have a wing to either side of it. So 9s, because it's made in a circle and there are 9 numbers, it loops back to 1. So you can either be a 9-8 or a 9-1. I'm a 2-1. So there's some crossover. There's going to be some crossover in personality traits or whatever. But 2s are quite different, I think. A 2-wing-1 is known as the servant. The servant is a subtype that results from the encounter of types 2 and 1, which means that they're very concerned about other people's needs. The empathy that defines this type allows them to easily see when someone is suffering and give them a hand without saying a word. They're selfless, yet don't lose sight of their own needs. They're also quite objective and try to focus on dealing with things in the best way possible. The servant subtype would leave the pan on the stove to go help anyone that needs help. Taking care of others feels natural to them. It comes from their soul and they can't avoid it. They're helpful and welcoming to the point that they may put themselves last. However, with the influence of the one, they get a little more self-centered. They're ready to help others, but they will turn off the stove first to avoid burning the food. That's the most specific attribute of the 2-wing-1. They can be available to others without forgetting about themselves. They know that taking care of themselves allows them to take better care of others. They're not part of the same triad, unlike 2-wing-3. There's also triads, which are like these personality wings are like all very similar that are like opposite from each other is what they're referencing. So like 2-wing-1s are different from 2-wing-3s in that they have like different driving goals and whatever. So 2-wing-1s are more self-protective than 2-wing-3s. The basic fear of a 2-wing-1 is not being loved, and they constantly honor whom they love. Although they reject affection in 1,000 different ways, they need to feel loved back. They build security by serving others and being worthy of love. The 2-wing-1 is a skilled reader of other people's feelings. As they scan others, they feel compelled to satisfy them while not forgetting their own feelings. This type can be an important backbone in both relationships and conflicts, so it's important to show them gratitude and attention, which I do think is mostly true. I think so. You're very, very giving and caring, but you also recognize your own needs to an extent. Yes, I think I definitely will put that very much last in terms of how I like operate things. But there does come a point, I think, where I'll be like, okay, like where I'm like, okay, I am not. It feels like I'm being ignored or something, or like, you know, there will hit a point where I'm like, that I need some kind of reciprocation or whatever. But yes. So that's their basic fear is not feeling loved. Though I will say this sentence structure is weird. It says biggest fear is not being loved, and they constantly honor whom they love, which I think is also true about me. Their basic desire, deepest desire is to be loved, to feel accepted and surrounded by affection. Life is intense and full of ups and downs, and everybody deals with it and goes through pain in different ways. However, if they could, Enneagram Type 2-wing-1s would save those they would save those dark hours for you. They know how it feels, and their concern comes from their strong empathy. They end up loving others in an unconditional way, as they should love themselves. That's why there are so many expectations in relationships. Which I think, so the one aspect that or the number one, no, that's going to make it even more confusing. The overlap of 9-wing-1 and 2-wing-1 is ones add like an idea of like value or ethics to how they see things. So like kind of what you guys were saying about like, if I see someone, you know, encroaching on my values or treating someone bad or whatever, I'm going to say something, or like I'm going to do that. 2-wing-1s kind of have that, the value ethic thing is like, they operate in like a, well, that is what is the right thing to do, or like, you know, I am going to, I want to show people love, or I want to, you know, love these people well or whatever, because I think that is the right thing to do. And they do it out of like almost like a moral standing than like, you know, anything else, I guess. I think they also, I don't know if this one goes into it. I have read more about 2-wing-1 since that's my personality. You can read, there's like other websites might have different information or some more expanded information about your type. So it's always, you know, it might be good to like search up stuff like that. They'll say like 2-wing-1s are definitely like, I do things so people love me. I must keep doing things so people love me. Like that kind of, you know, sort of mentality, I guess, which I would say I am very much, I can be like that. So when we give you praise and affection, you actually like it. Not really. For me, it depends on the person. It depends where it's coming from, I think. Overall, it's good to know that people like something for me. It's more meaningful for sure when it's like, if it's somebody that I'm closer to. But I definitely like, when people say they like my emotes and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm glad I know that I'm doing a good job in that aspect. But to me, it means like significantly more when I know it's like somebody I really care about and I'm like close to or whatever, that if I can make them happy, that makes me happy, you know? That makes me feel like, I'm showing them that I care. I'm showing them, you know, like that to me is, I think, where that comes in. So like 2-wing-3 is known as the host. Oh, I just realized I could go behind this wall. It's like the host or the hostess. And theirs is more like outwardly shown in a very, like in a similar way. They're like, I must have like everyone comfortable and have them approve of me, and must make the like, you know, which I think if I was more like the host, I would say then, yeah, that's probably more what I would be like. Whereas like wing ones are more, interestingly, I'm an extrovert, but 2-wing-1s are considered to be the introvert of the two. But oops, I switched my thing. Also, what is this? Ooh, what is this? What's happening? Is this soap? What's going on? Why is it turning? I don't know what that is. I don't know what I just did. They have not explained what that item is. Sounds a bit like me, like hearing it, but struggle to accept it. I think it's like, and we have unlocked the axe. Let's get that purchased. Buy every tool. IDKFA. I don't even know what that means. Also, I've really not upgraded like anything, and I probably should. There we go. I'm just also generally not like a words of affirmation person. Like I really like it when somebody expresses, like if I have a close friend, if they express that they want to hang out with me, that makes me feel very happy. Gee, welcome in. How's it going? If like, to me, that means more than if somebody is like, oh, if someone gives me like a compliment or something. And again, it definitely, that's for like reserved for like my closer people. Not so much if like a stranger says that. I don't really, I'm usually like, I don't know you. but I'm a very quality time person. So like if a friend says that they want to hang out with me or sets that up or whatever, that means a whole lot. So a compliment is, it's not, I'm just not a person to be complimented, really. I don't really trust them typically, and Emmy, welcome in. I don't really trust them typically, and can be very suspicious of that. But I mean, in general, I do like to know if people like a certain thing, because like when it comes to like content creation, I like to know that people like the emotes I've made. I like to know if people like what I'm streaming or if they're having a good time. That I usually judge by how much they're chatting or whatever. Yeah. But there's sort of like a different level if it's somebody that I consider very close, or somebody like it definitely seems to suggest that Two Wing Ones have people that they consider dear to them. I think Two Wing Ones are supposed to be like Samwise Gamgee-esque, which I think makes sense if you even like read a lot of this, as if you were to describe Samwise from Lord of the Rings, it would make a lot of sense. He definitely puts Frodo ahead of himself most of the time, does a lot of things for Frodo instead of like, you know, he does a lot of things in mind of Frodo instead of what he wants or what, you know, whatever. Hates Gollum. Is like, man, I hate Gollum, because he sort of is like, I think because he's very protective of Frodo and whatever. So like I think there's like a lot there that sort of makes sense when you think of it that way. Oh, it's 2 a.m. and I have work in 6 hours, so looking at that, I don't even need to say out loud that I enjoyed here. That's a good point. And it's actually very fun to I really enjoy getting people to take personality tests, because I just like to learn about people also. I think that's something that's very fun. Because then you get to see how people work and see like how people think. And now it's very interesting to see how many similarities you and Yvie have. And I feel like you guys should, well, maybe if he knows you're also a 9-wing one, though he'd probably, if he brought this up, he would not be able to tell you what type number he is. I don't think he would have remembered that in the least bit. But at the very least, I'm sure it's cool to know that you guys are the same. I think it's very telling. I feel like that's very like, it makes sense why then maybe you guys have like stuck around each other for so long. Apart from just like liking the same games, I'm sure there's a lot of like personality traits that you guys share that would make. And again, that's not saying that people who are of different personality types cannot be friends, or like you need friends of all types. That's the thing, is like to be well-rounded and all that. You need friends of all types. But I can imagine it's easier to get along with people because, you know, you have probably very shared similarities in how you do things, how you see things, how you want to interact with people, etc. My partner's train got delayed, so I lost a lot of my day sleeping. Oh no, because I waited at the station with him for the train on the phone. Oh, did you eventually, were you able to pick him up? Amy, how have you been? How's your day going? I turn up for him even when he's playing COD. I'm not there for the game. Yeah, same. I generally, there's only a few exceptions of when I'm not going to be there. But yeah, I'm there for Yvie. I think a lot of us are. I think a lot of us. I think as I was saying about 9-wing ones, Shan, I feel like, you know, very easy to get along with. People like talking to 9-wing ones. People like being around them. easygoing nature, trying to keep peace and harmony. People like easygoing, smiley, sweet. They also can keep their temper and our good humor. I think we can give a pass for if you guys are doing Elden Ring no level, or level 1 runs, or level 0. Is it level 0 technically? And Crash relic runs. I think we can excuse that. But I think in general it's the good nature. Look at the cute panda on the shelf. Yeah, there's a cute panda in there. No, him getting on the train. He's not here until... Oh, I see. I gotcha. I found him because of a game, but that's not why I stuck around. For sure, I found him because it was his birthday. He put that it was his birthday or whatever on his title, and then I popped in just to say happy birthday. I was just gonna drop some bits and leave, and then I was like, wait a minute, this guy's just very cool. I want to be this guy's friend. I always stay on the phone with him at the train station when he gets on to make sure. Oh, that's so nice of you, GU. That's very cool. Even then, it still takes a lot for me to lose my temper. That's true. Again, I don't know. I mean, I would say I'm a very patient person, but I'm a person who will just avoid things that I know will be tough. Again, I'm not a very driven person. So I'm like, that sounds tough. I'm just not going to do that thing. I don't get mad. I get sad is also the thing. I'm not somebody who gets like upset in a like I don't get ragey. I get sad. I'll be like, why am I not good enough? Why am I so bad at everything? I can't do this. Yeah, so I just avoid things that I know I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this very well. And even when I do lose my temper, it's not proper. It's very, very, very rare that anybody will truly see me angry. Yeah, agreed. I have not really ever seen YV angry. I can't, like, I don't shout or anything. I can't yell, even if I like need to. I don't have that kind of control of my voice. I don't really know how to yell. It's more of like just a higher volume hello. Like it just no one hears me. Going back, just to continue reading this, Twoing Ones, it says their strength is helping boost other people's strengths. The unconditional support they offer is essential to make other people feel accompanied and secure. They know exactly what they need to do in any situation to please others and calm things down. They usually overload themselves to release others from pressure. It's important they keep an eye on this so Twoing Ones can get help when they need it and can be prevented from getting involved in too many things at a time. They will do it happily, but it's always good that others ask them about their needs and offer to share the workload with them. I think what happens is, for me, is like pushing back things that I need to do, and so that I can do other things for other people generally. There are people that I will drop everything for, basically. And Twoing One's weakness. Their main weakness is their silence. As they are unconditionally supportive, they may postpone their own things sometimes. Type 1's influence brings some objectivity and self-awareness, but they're still very selfless. Twoing 1 types will constantly show affection and pay attention to others, but that loving style might not always be aligned with other people's loving styles. If not acknowledged, they feel undervalued and not worthy enough. It's important to learn how others show affection to reciprocate it and show appreciation back. I think that can be very true. Where I know I need to, manage my own. I need to manage my own stuff. Oh, this is just dust. But it is so much easier for me to like Shan, you were talking earlier about like hyperfixation. I am not. I will say in general, it's very difficult for me to like fixate on anything. Again, I can be very very lazy. But the exception, I think, is like if I have a friend and they say I need you, I'll be like, I'm there. Say no more. And then I become like, what do you need? Just tell me what you need and I'll do it. That is like the only time I think any sort of part of me gets focused is if somebody, again, if a stranger tells me that, if it's somebody that I like, no offense to everybody here, most people in chat, if you said that to me, I'd be like, well, you don't have access to me like that. Too bad that you don't have access to me like that. But close friends, people that I consider close, if they were like, I need something, I'd be like, okay, just tell me what it is. I will get it done. Thank you for telling us what your type. I find it very interesting, and I'm glad I took mine tonight. It makes me understand myself a little better. Yeah, I think it's just helpful. And again, there could be things that it's like, you know, that doesn't fit you or whatever. But at the very least, I think it's interesting. And I know you have a partner. If they're, I think it's always, you know, good to get them to take the test if they're willing to. I know a lot of people are hesitant about taking personality tests and whatever, but at the very least, I find it's a good like conversation. Like, and I always have tried to approach the conversation as, do you, as you read your results, do you think that's you? And not being like, because I know some people don't like to be put in boxes, and I think people can do that. There's like an unhealthy way to take personality tests where people are like, well, that's you. That's just you then. And that's not good. I think you should approach it in a very like, well, what do you think of this? And then also like, again, like I've said a billion times, getting someone else to take a look at it and be like, do you think this is me? Do you see this aspect in me? What do you think is true? What do you think is more iffy? And then seeing where there's like overlap or whatever. To be fair, I'm like that. I will drop anything if somebody I care about needs me. Yeah, totally. OMG, true. I'm gonna get him to take this, although he has the attention span of a goldfish. It might take him 3 days. Fair. Totally fair. I just think I just love, again, I love, and I don't know what part of me this is. I don't know where this would come up in anything. I do like learning about people. I think that's also why, like, what do you mean cleared? What about all this stuff? Do we do all this stuff later? Probably. It's probably a different level. I don't know what part of me is like this, but I am very like, I like learning about people. I like, if someone tells me something, I like commit it to memory usually. People that I'm very close to, I like, I don't know. I try to like, I just like learning how people work, how people do things. And that helps me then understand how to better interact with them. I did find this very funny. I was just sending myself this image because I screenshotted it off my phone. There is I saw this Reddit thread. This was on like mildly interesting or something like that. Someone was like, my dad has he keeps a likes and dislikes spreadsheet on his refrigerator of like all of the people in his life. And I thought this was so funny because I was like, this is me. Like, this is actually how I do things. Maybe not a spreadsheet. I'm not really as much of a spreadsheet person unless I'm like, this is just like the easiest way to keep this information. But I thought this was so funny. Okay, so it's tracked by keeping their birthday. I do think it's funny he has only one person per month. It's like he's collecting people per their birthday month. Actually, no, he does have two. Like June has a couple. November, none, I'll volunteer. I love it. I love it. He says none need more friends. But like January, Claudia likes like 1 sleeping, like 2 roast duck, like 3 nothing, dislike daylight savings time, dislikes cold showers. Let me put this behind me. February, Carol M. Also, some of these are really funny to me that he's like wrote some of them down. Carol M. Tax increases to schools. Likes to, or like number 2, TV binge watching. Dislikes racy drivers. Trump. March, Ray. Entertainment parties. Friends, family, travel. Dislikes Trump supporters, Republican Congress. Corey knows nothing about Corey, but knows that their birthday is in April. Kathy, eating. Likes eating, likes wine, likes daisies. Dislikes evangelical Christians, mosquitoes, Trump. Teague in June. Jonathan Kellerman, author, Puerto Rico. Dislikes Trump. Pizza. That last one is a little bit of a red flag. How do they not like pizza? What do you mean you don't like pizza? Yeah, who dislikes pizza? I feel like that just means, like, you can't dislike all pizza because there's all different types of pizza unless you have celiacs and you can't have gluten at all. Like, maybe I will accept that. But across the board, like, vegetarian, there's, or if you're a vegetarian, there's vegan, there's different types of pizza, like different types of toppings, sauces. If you don't like tomatoes, great, go with the pesto, go with a white sauce. If you don't like, if it's too bready, go for a thin crust. If it's not bready enough, go for a deep dish. Like, there's like so many different. I feel like you can find a pizza that you like, right? Maybe they had a bad pizza experience. I guess. I mean, I imagine so, because, like, how can you not like any kind of pizza? My friend is allergic to black pepper and tomato unless it's super cooked. He still loves pizza, right? You see, I feel like there's different sauces, different whatever. Like, so I feel like if there's something you don't like, there is another type of pizza that exists that should cover that. Anyway, Sally likes poodles, warm sweaters. Dislikes licorice and waiting in line. I like that some of these are like foods and then some of these are like concepts. Mitch likes Kathy. Likes cats, likes Teague. Dislikes neighbors to the west, ISIS, and Trump. The people in the comments figured out that Mitch is the dad, which I think is very funny. He's also the one person that has it fully filled out, I think. Oh no, Darren is also one. But he's one of the only ones that has it fully filled out. His wife is Kathy, and Teague is the person who is posting, who is like, my dad has this list. So it's actually very funny that they were then saying, do you feel bad that you were not just under your mother, but also cats? He wrote the list and he was like, my wife, cats, also my daughter. But yeah, Carol B, yellow cake, chocolate frosting, lightning bugs. Lots of people not liking Trump, which is, again, very understanding. And Trump and air pollution. Also, people are saying it's funny that they're like, the neighbors to the west must be terrible. If Mitch is like, number 1, the neighbors to the west. Number 2, ISIS. I mean, if it's up to me, cats would be at the top. I ain't judging. No, that's fair. Anyway, continues. But, oh, also, the last one I thought is funny. December, Jan. Likes smell of rain, likes ice cream, dislikes jalapeno peppers, racism, and bigotry. So she does not like... She does not like jalapeno peppers at all. If that comes first before racism. And bigotry. Does not like a jalapeno pepper. Do not have that. She will probably not like you anymore if you have added jalapeno peppers. But anyway, I will say, so a lot of people in the comments were like, this is so sweet. And this is so cool. And your dad is amazing for having this list or whatever. But I take notes on people. I remember things. I put people's birthdays in my calendar. But I will say, I feel like most people I think people like this as a concept, but when you start remembering things about people don't seem to like that very much. People get weirded out when you start remembering things that you tell them and are like, wait, how do you... We were actually also talking about this the other day, where people are like, how do you remember that? And it's like, well, you told me. And I remembered those things. I need to do this, but I'd only have like 3 people on it. That's totally fair. I don't think this is any surprise. So I don't feel weird in saying this. It surprises none of you that it would, I like, when like YV tells me he likes something, if he says, my favorite something is this, I write it down. It goes on a list. It goes on a list of things that he's mentioned. So it all goes somewhere. And sometimes it's just like, just in case I need to refer to it at some point. I don't know if I need that information now, but maybe. Oh, another item. I thought it was a CD. Money. But yeah, I keep notes if people tell me things. I try to, if someone tells me their birthday, I put them in my calendar. Vic's actually, it was Vic's birthday the other day. She was in YV's stream and I was like, happy birthday. And afterwards, cause I've known Vix for a bit. She was like, how do you remember that? And I honestly don't remember when I put that in my calendar, but I have it in my calendar. Is that a cassowary? No, it's probably an emu. I have a small circle and I like it. Same, Shan. That is me. I used to be, oh, we got a new tape. What did it mean? Earlier it said you got all the tapes and I was like, we found one, but we have a new tape. That is me also. What is this? Oops. Put the chicken tape in. Chicken tape. I'm gonna go away. No. I'm trying to like, is that it? I guess it is. It's just sort of... It's like calming. What was I saying? I used to have like a much bigger group of friends. Like growing up, like in high school, I'm an extrovert, but I used to be even more extroverted. Like try to be friends with everyone, like that kind of thing. And I have completely swung to the other side. where I'm like, sweet. I just want a smaller group, smaller circle where I can instead focus on just the few instead of like not being. I'd rather have deep conversations and friendships with the few than like kind of being more like surfacey or like more middle ground with like everyone or like with a bigger group. So I too am it's yeah. I'd rather have a smaller tight knit circle. But yeah, I'm very I don't know. I just try to remember things about people. Sometimes it helps with gifts later. I don't know. I also hope it's like, oh, maybe they just see that I care, you know? Like, I don't know. I think this goes to my like how I like to celebrate people's birthdays and stuff. I think I'm like I want them to feel special. I want them to feel like they, you know, that they matter and that, you know, people care and whatever. So like I think, I don't know, remembering things that people tell you or whatever. I feel like that's a nice thing to do. Oh, do I need to go here? Ah. Oh. Where's our thing? Nope. There we go. I completely agree. It also helps my introverted nature because when I'm around people who I'm comfortable with, it doesn't drain my battery anywhere near as much. 100%. For sure. As somebody who's like was extroverted but is more like I consider myself an introverted extrovert because I love smaller groups of people. For me, it's like I love that I can my battery is recharged because with that small group I can have a better conversation. I can like really, you know, be like zoned in. What is this? Is that just like a hole? Do I need to do something with this? This feels... Whatever this is, this feels bad for the vent. So yeah, I don't know. That's... This isn't a bread box anymore. It's a mold sanctuary. Time to evict those fluffy tenants. But where's my pickaxe? But I don't know. I also feel like, to be fair, I feel like there's also times where, like, even though, like, I think it's a good sentiment. I know there are times where even YV's been like, how do you even know that? Like, or why do you remember this? And I'm like, I just remember things. I care too much, I think. But it's how I am. I can't not be that way. It's also the problem. I think that goes then to the one aspect, or the Enneagram 1 aspect of like our shared personalities. Of the 9-wing ones and me, is where it's like, but that's what a friend is. Like, that I'm supposed to do this. It's my moral obligation as a friend to be this way. This is how I show you. That's how you show someone you care and whatever. So I don't know. I'm very principled maybe in how I go about certain things, but other people find it very weird. So it's a mixed bag. It can be a very mixed bag. I think I get along really well with introverts generally. I think mostly, I think I fit a good balance of I can talk to myself if needed. So if they just want to listen, it's possible. But I try to ask questions and I try to like make sure they feel heard. So I think that like, I think that's hopefully something that I do. Or at least try to do. As much fun as I'm having chatting, I must sleep. It's 2:30 and I have work in 5 hours. Please go get some sleep, Shan. Please! I hope the rest of your stream goes well. Thank you very much. I hope you have a good rest of your sleep. Thank you so much for taking that test. If your partner takes the test, I'd be so curious to learn what he is. And if you felt like the test was accurate. Where is this last thing? Oh. It says there's a slice of bread here. There we go. I just had like 1 crumb left. There is not a slice of bread. Also, why is it not accepting? Also, can I not like... This must be a bug. I feel like I should be able to click off of it, but or maybe not. I don't know. Who's this guy? What food is that? Scale the metal fortress. Clean the massive pyramid of canned food. Oh, I was like... I thought there was going to be a pyramid. Before it collapses from the weight of the dirt. Oh. Oh boy. It did look like a dragon or something. I was very confused as to what it was. I'm still not sure if I know. Can I go inside? It definitely looks like you can. Oh, it's probably... oh, you probably have to go up. To yeah. Okay, let's... So what is this? I really don't know what... Is this like soap? Something? Maybe it prevents it from like spreading once you've cleaned it. I don't know. Like, or not once you, but like if it's a large area, maybe it prevents it from that, but. Always fun to take personality tests. I like when we do that. There we go. I was like, there, it is not dinged for me, and I know it should. SRAM. What does that say? There we go. Oh, so wait. Ads are starting. Let's pause, run ads, and we'll be right back. So, set up stretch, grab stack, grab a drink. BRB.
This is your time, Jetpack Gang. Stand up, move around, grab a snack, hydrate. The stream will resume in just a few minutes.
And we back. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful little break. Oh. There we go. Whoops. Where am I? What am I doing? Boop, 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 boop. Also, I haven't said this yet today. Thank you very much for the devs. For give me a code to this game. Appreciate it. I am enjoying it. It's very chill, very cozy. I need to upgrade my thing again. Is this? Oh, wait, Mogus meat? Is that supposed to be like Among Us? Amogus? Tears? Just a can of tears? It's a very cute game. Yeah. It's been very chill. Definitely reminds me of like Power Wash Sim and those streams and how easy it is to like chat while playing it, and also like flamethrower. Yeah. How easy it is to chat while playing it, or yeah, and playing at the same time. And I don't know, it's just such a and this one's very cute also, which I like, which a bit different than not that Power Wash Sim isn't cute, I guess, but hold on, there's Clump. There we go. It says that's not clean. Or something's not clean. Is this dirty still? Hold on. If I ever had someone to play with, I would definitely replay Power Sim. It seems like a nice way to just hang out and chat. Yeah. I really liked when Wivey and I used to do the those streams. I felt like they were a good. Maybe well, let's go upstairs first. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's counting them as like one for some reason. Yeah, maybe it is. Oh yeah, like the top of the cans. Which I guess kind of makes sense, but is also confusing. Oops. I have a tendency to switch my fingers and accidentally press the E button. Yeah, I liked when we used to do those streams. I enjoyed the chats we had and stuff. It's a good chatting and playing things kind of game. Yay! Okay, so cans were like one giant one. Let me just double check. Yeah, okay. I was like, I am not seeing that bar go any lower. Oh, let's upgrade. We have a lot of money. Fully upgrade that. Let's get the range. Oh, and radius. Nice. Fully upgrade any tool. Behind the drywall lies a forbidden forest. Wash away the... Wait, hold on. Let's do this one first. Now I'm curious. Oh yeah, the range, so much more. Such range. And the radius does also seem bigger as well. Cute frog, yeah, that was adorable. Hey. Also, let's open up some of these. Ooh, a guitar. A cat plush, I assume. Another cat plush? Ooh. Sure. Play 5 CDs. Sushi at the disco. Oh, it's like a fake guitar. Yeah, exactly. Aw, a little stocking sticker. If it's not gambling, if you know you're gonna win, buy 25 gachapons. What was this? What is this? Is this a crystal or something? Very festive. Ooh, a cool lantern. Ooh, a tape? Kind of scary. Oh, it's me at the... I feel like there was an update, and I think this maybe... Oh, no, there we go. There was an X there that I didn't see. Nice. Now we just have me on the turntables. Ooh, a dragon pepper is what that looks like. Oh, another goose holding knife. Let's put both of them here. Broccoli. Aw, little cat cooking something at a campfire. Ooh. It said ambient volume 2. It's very ambient. It's almost so ambient I can barely hear it. Amazing. We don't have enough. Okay. I like that broccoli guy. This is very ambient. Let's go back. Let's go back to that. Okay. There we go. Wash away the bioluminescent mold and make your way through the giant mushrooms. Oh. It said we needed the pickaxe? get? Oh. Interesting. Maybe we can't go through those. Doesn't matter. I upgraded the range on this thing. Like maybe it's kind of a maze-like where we have to go around. Well, no, actually no. Do I burn this? Oh, yeah! I think that was one of the tools it said we needed. Right? Yeah, there we go. Is that fully gone? They turned some cool colors before they died? Yeah, they did. Yeah, the colors in this game are it's great. I'm a fan of this. Should I be concerned about just spraying down electrical wires? Oh, actually this is a small one. This little tiny pickaxe. Only if a fire starts. Don't worry. I think there's only insulation here. Surely that's not very flammable. It just seems like a bad idea. I don't know. There we go. What are these crystals? Why are crystals glowing? Growing in the walls. Then again, I'm a sushi with a power wash simulator, or with a power washer, so I suppose there can be crystals growing in the wall. Why wouldn't there be? You also sprayed mold off a chicken leg and left it for someone to eat. Good choices don't exactly seem to be part of this game. Fair. Again, I'm convinced that whoever owns this house is dead. I think we're cleaning a dead person's house. I just can't see much other option. Chill, Volume 2? Hold your ground. Turbulent winds and sticky grime await deep in the air duct. Oh, it do be windy. Very windy. Oh, it like pushes you. Strange grains. Run. What? Burn? Do I need to chop it? Ah, there we go. Ah, okay. Where is... I'm glad I upgraded the... Ooh. Come on, sushi! Nice. I don't know if we have to do this. I'll wait for it. Yay! Oh, we did have to do that. Okay. I do want lore. I feel like we're missing lore in this game. Sticker popsicle. And a puzzle piece with the carrot. I don't know if I've ever applied a sticker directly to the wall. Yes, we've bought all the tools. Let's get this one upgraded more. What's great with this game also, I don't know if there's plans for DLCs, but you could easily make more levels for this. And just have different levels that have like, you know, you have to use different combinations of tools or whatever. I don't know. It seems like it'd be a pretty simple game to like add to. This stove hasn't been cleaned in ages. Wash away the thick grease, scrape off the burnt crust, and make the metal shine. Pickaxe and the windblower are required. Let's use this. Oh, it's so burnt. That pan. The pan has seen better days. Okay. I've seen better days. And just shoving all this stuff onto the floor. Perfect. That's a later sushi's problem. Yeah, it really I do kind of assume, like, since they had that one level where we had to put stuff in a trash can, I do wonder if we'll have to do that again. Because otherwise we're just throwing those on the ground. I did like that they had a level where you then dealt with all those grains, because my thought was, we're just throwing this on the ground. Can I burn that? Just didn't know if there was an extra item. There we go. It says 14 out of 17. 15. Oh, there's 16. Okay. I didn't realize these were all 3 parts, which makes sense, but I was like, I don't know where we're supposed to go after I finish this one. The dinner doesn't want to be cooked. It wants to fight. We need the pickaxe and the flamethrower. Ew. Where was this before? Are people here? Oh! Oh! This has... Do I need to... Oh. Is that doing anything? I don't know what it wants me to do with this. Set him free! We can't. This is some crazy eldritch horror. Do I need to do something else? Doesn't seem to be changing anything. Or wait, or is it? Did that change color? Oh, it is changing color. We're cooking him. He's cooked, chat. He's just a misunderstood little guy. He shouldn't be alive. Hold on. Oh, it's happening. Okay, so okay. I see what you're supposed to do now. If we are like in a weird sort of turn of event. We are like technically like not disemboweling. We are just literally disarming a creature in this game by burning its appendages off and then stabbing those appendages until they turn into particles. Meanwhile, it watches us as we do it. Are we ruthless? We're a ruthless little sushi man. You're burning him alive as he looks at you with those big eyes. It's so sad. This turned into a horror game. It is quite eldritch horror-y. There is a sentient ground beef man. It says 12 out of 12 clean. I think we have a bit of we have something we need to address. That is still, you know, potentially a problem. And it's this beef creature. Where are these other grains hiding? Hmm. Did they go here? Oh, there we go. He scares me. Oh! Finish the main storyline! Aw! Made a mess. This is very great. I liked this a lot. Typical cat. It's funny, I like that we make a mess there. It's a fun little, I don't know. We spent all this time cleaning just to drop a cup of coffee. Bartosz. I could see them doing like, I mean, again, they haven't announced any intention of DLC, but I could see them doing some kind of additional content in the future. It would be, I think, an easier game to do that. And I feel like these types of games, I kind of benefit from that, and you know, then eventually releasing like an additional pack. Like Power Wash Sim does that all the time. Jacob Marzetkowski. Kauska. Again, thank you, devs, for the game. I appreciate it. Special thanks, friends, testers, and community. And you. Adorable little cat. It looks like a gummy cat. I assume it's like a gummy. So is that it? Ooh, egg sticker. Bunny sticker. Fish sticker. Oh, we're out of. So I guess what you would do is, let's see. Well, let's play a couple more levels just so that we max this out, and then we'll stop there. Yeah, I think you get more coins if you play them. I wonder if there is a... That gave us 700. Is that going to be the one that gives us the most? That was honestly not too difficult once I figured out what we needed to do. I think it is. So if we fight the boss again... easiest way to get money. Now I know you need to pop off his fingers first. Classic. Okay. Brutal, I know, it just... There you go. I was like, it did not ding. It's kind of what we're doing. I mean... It does beg questions about, like... You know... Who are these foods? How are they alive? Okay. Those fall off? Alright. Another 700. Okay, if we do that one more time, let's, Ooh. Little... sushi with a guitar? One more time! This feels like the easiest one to min-max our money, our money intake. Pop the fingers off. Oops. Tomorrow we have like a playtest thing that we're gonna do that we got a code for. It should be fun. I don't know how long it is, because I don't think it's a complete game. That should be fun. There wasn't a level where you cleaned the finger. No, we didn't. And the other grains from like the vent and stuff. These have all gone unclean. Oh, there's one thing we didn't clean. Oh, puddle. Hello. Am I making it worse? Oh, there it is. It blended in with the guy. House now has a pest problem? I know, that would be very funny. I like this little sushi guy. We don't really know much about him. But I do like him. Nice! Fully upgrade every tool. Ooh, a pizza VHS? Oh my gosh. How did we only get that until now? That is amazing. We did not get all the achievements. Has this updated? I don't know if this is updated yet. I don't think it has. No, I guess it has. For science, you monster, and change your mind after placing a sticker. Spend 5 minutes level 1. Find all toys, find all stickers, find every collectible in the game. And there are 3 hidden ones. Buy every tool, then use them all to clean dirt in 1 level. Okay. Use the flamethrower on a grain of rice. Water every flower in the pot. Ah, okay. Level 1. Was that this one? No. Wait. This is level 1, wasn't it? I think it was. The freezer was like next or something. I think it was. Oh, perfect. We have to run ads. I'm gonna leave this going while we run ads, and we'll come back. So if you need a stand-up stretch, grab a snack, grab a drink. Now is a perfect time to go do so. And we'll BRB.
This is your time, Jetpack Gang. Stand up, move around, grab a snack, hydrate. The stream will resume in just a few minutes.
And welcome back. Now, I have not had this paused. I think we're close to it being 5 minutes. I'm just gonna make sure. Right, okay. I've at least fully done everything twice. Where's the... Buy every tool and then use them all to clean dirt in one level. Level 2! Oh no. That was level 2. Where is level 1? Oh. Was this one? This was level 1. Okay, well, start the timer. We won't get every achievement. But if only I could get Sushi to clean my fridge. Would be nice. Nice protective ad break. My modem decided to come back. Nice. We love that. So at 6:31. I guess I can tell you about the game we're playing tomorrow. Tomorrow? Where is it? To Mario. Tomorrow we are playing Dream Painters. Which put your creativity to the test in this first-person puzzle game. Discover the surreal world of an artist's dreams and use a paintbrush to unfold its mysteries with striking colors, or grab a friend to paint your dreams together in 2-player co-op mode. It is going to have like a color element, kind of like Chroma Gun. But what's neat is you paint colors onto like the ground and it lets you do different stuff. So for example, based on like what I can see, red makes you go faster when you're going over it, and yellow acts as sort of like a jump pad. So like if you put red and then yellow at the end, you'll speed up and then like jump off, like when you hit the yellow. Blue seems to be conductive. So like if there's an electrical element, you can use blue to like paint the line, or like to like extend the electrical bit. And there's a few other colors, but I don't know what they do. But it looks really interesting. So it's like mostly a puzzle game. And there is a play test going on now. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow's game. And then Thursday, Star Fox. Very excited about that. This is what I want AI for. Do the dishes or something. Let me do the creative things I enjoy. Exactly. So coding using paint, that sounds neat. Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's like I guess all of the colors have like a purpose besides like what they are. So I guess it's kind of like Chroma Gun and I don't know, maybe, I guess you could compare it to like a portal or something where there's like a puzzle solution. You need to, in order to platform your way to a thing, you need to use certain paint. You need to get paint in different places. So it looks pretty cool. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. I don't know how long. It's called Dream Painters. At one word. I don't know how long of a playtest this is. So we'll see. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow. I think we have another minute or two, and then I can finish this level. Yeah, that's Dream Painters. And then Star Fox. Can't wait. That'll be very, very fun. I'm very excited. So I went to look up the game, and Steam is down. No! Oh, that's weird. I was just there. So it must have just gone down. Ah, spent 5 minutes in level 1. Okay, let's see. What were the other ones? Oops. Final toys, final stickers. Change your mind after placing a sticker. Okay. We need to go to the plant level, water the plants. I did not realize that these were blooming. I see that now. I think had I noticed that, I would have probably done this already. Is that all of them? Did I miss one? Do I need to... Oh, there we go. Water every flower in the pot, and we got an item. Aw, little Sakura blossom thing. Do I even need to go up on the thing? Probably. I can open it in offline mode. Weird. Very odd. Oh, okay. that there. Looks like a rock. And a trophy. There we go. Is it just now? Oh, right. Rice. I feel like as long as we get this one. Where was, There's rice everywhere. Perfect. Purple Crow, welcome in. It is. We actually just beat it. Use the flamethrower on a grain of rice. We actually just beat it. But, yes. I loved it. Very chill, very cozy. If you like sort of like Power Wash Sim or yeah, cleaning simulators, yes, this is for you. Come on. Come on. I was just getting a bunch of the achievements. I was like, let me just do that real fast. So I think I only have 2 left, but I probably won't. Oh, I think I have 3 left right now. This is like Ghibli. Where's the eyeball? Or maybe okay, so there's no eyes on it. I thought it was gonna be like the little fire guy from that. I think we have 3 achievements technically. It's like get every sticker, get every collectible, or sorry, get every sticker, get every decoration, and then once you get all of those, you get the achievement for getting every collectible. Which I may do that off stream. So you guys don't have to watch me do that. Why was this under the indie section of Twitch? This is an indie game. So that's probably why. And it just released today. We were given a code for the game, so I was able to start yesterday. But this is an indie game. Where is my music? There we go. Let me go ahead, close this game out. Unable to sync, retry sync.
This swarthy, bearded man before
oh, thank you so much for the follow.
Favorite
that makes sense,
streamer.
but it also doesn't really. Huh. Yeah, it's a very small studio, I think. New Pocopia event is a little grindy. What do you consider indie, I guess? Is it a little grindy? What's the new event, Bear? I think any game is like technically indie if they don't have like their own like publisher studio like funding it. It's a very small team. But I really enjoyed it. It was very cozy, very chill. Well, instead of going to a dream island and just picking up collectibles, you have to craft an item to give Pokemon, and then when you fulfill their tasks, you get 1 note. Oh. Like music note or like a letter? Also, I like that your name is Purple Crow and your name is Purple. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Since the event is centered around Jirachi, the lore is that humans would write wishes on these notes, and attach them to your ears. Oh, very cool. That's pretty neat. That's a cool idea. So you have to keep on, like, is it a lot of fetch quests then? Like you have to keep making items for different Pokemon? So I don't think Oh, let's see. Is Steam down for me now? No, that's working. I'm stupid or something because I thought indie was another term for horror. No. Oh, yeah, no. So I'm sure there are plenty of like indie horror games. But indie is sort of like a more broader term, meaning something like it's, yeah, like they don't have like the big backing of like a major like publishing funder person. Sometimes an indie game still has like a publisher that it seems like they have helped to like actually get their game out. But I think it's like typically in the process of making it, it was either self-funded or something like that. But yeah. So it's not quite. There was a very brief it's cute but somewhat Lovecraftian character in there, but it was that's kind of it. It was more of a funny thing than anything. Are you big like horror fan? Is that why you're looking at like indie stuff? They're popping up twice as much. Yee, so you have to craft so much stuff. Yes, okay, fair. We have a few horror fans here. I am not really much of a horror streamer. The closest we got to was we played, I don't know if you're familiar with like Alan Wake. But we played Alan Wake. We were playing through all of the Remedy games, which is they made Alan Wake. So we did Alan Wake, Quantum Break, Control, and then Alan Wake 2. And I loved playing through those games. But very excited about Control 2, which comes out in a few months. But Alan Wake 2 is definitely very like horror adjacent, I would say. Not even adjacent. To me, it's a horror game. So I classify that. I'm pretty sure that'd be one. We tend to play a lot of like chill or mystery or detective or like puzzle games, that kind of stuff. Never got scared once. No, it was scary. I just didn't jump. I was like, the entire time, I was like, just waiting for things, you know? Just waiting for it to happen, which I think that I just kept my guard up. Also, I never redeemed, excuse me, I never redeemed my code for Dream Painters. I need to do that. But we just finished Moldwasher. Again, thank you to the devs for that code. I do appreciate it. Like Fear of Fathom, Scratch Creek. I have not heard of either of those. Wait, I do have it. Oh, I do. Yep. I lied. Fear of Fathom. Episodic horror. Oh. I like the lo-fi. The lo-fi part of what this looks like. Scratch Creek. Scratch Creek. Oh, is that... Oh, that's the same... Okay. I was looking at... I just searched for Fears of Fathom. Fears to Fathom. I didn't realize that was the same thing. There's a game you'd probably like, Crow, that looks like this. Fearsify Them is the very popular horror series. I wonder if I can... Where did I see that game? I feel like I saw it on Reddit. Right? I saw a game where you run like a photo studio. Or wait, maybe, hold on. Let me see if it's over here. Is this where I found it? Fears to Fathom. Oh, is the very popular. Okay. Yes. Hold on. Is it on this list? Hold on. None of these. Maybe it's over here. Hold on. Now I'm curious. There was some game that was like, it looked really neat, but I was like, oof, this would be, I think, too spoopy for me. Too spoops for me. I can't find it. You basically had to run like a photo studio. And people would show up. They would either ask you to develop their photos or take photos of them, and you had like a little studio. But then there's like, hold on, maybe horror game photo studio. Oh, Photomaly. Got it. This seems like a game you'd like. If you like that other game, it has the same style to it. Oh, so it's Fear of Fathom. Yeah, it's Fears to Fathom. No, I wouldn't know either way. This game looks like very similar. A PSX style horror game where you manage a photo studio, restock supplies, buy upgrades, photograph customers, and print their order whilst encountering unexpected events. Simulation retro horror management. Conspiracy are the tags. But looks spoopy. I like retro looking games. But this one I was like, this one too spoopy. I think this is too spoopy for me. I don't think I'd be able to there's a clown man that I feel like I would not like. And it comes out. There is a demo currently. Oh, this is I saw it on Steam Next Fest. I almost played this, and then I looked at it, and I was like, oh no, that's right. That's right. Not for me. Mulberry County on Roblox is a good one. So is Matilda. Oh, interesting. I have never played Roblox. Do not have it installed on anything. But But yeah, I'm a spoopy baby boy. I get spooked very easily, so I usually avoid anything that's very like horror-y. But you might want to check out Photomaly. Could be a fun game for you, or anybody else here. I know there's a few people that like spooky games. But anyway, friends, that's gonna be it for us today. We'll be back tomorrow. Like I mentioned, we are playing Dream Painters tomorrow, which is a puzzle game. Puzzle game with colors. Looks pretty neat. And then on Thursday, we'll be playing Star Fox, and I am very excited to be playing that. Very, very excited. Should be a good time. But that is it for us today. Do I have any thank yous? Purple Crow, thank you so much for the follow. Emmers earlier, thank you so much for the 355 stream streak. I appreciate. Thank you for being here for so long. But yeah, Star Fox on Thursday. Very, very excited. But we'll see you all tomorrow. Might see you all tonight at YV's stream. I think he's playing Simpsons Hit and Run. So join me for that. Also, I'll be there. But that is it for us today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and or night. And I will see you guys again tomorrow or whenever. Bye-bye.